Another Jesus, changed times, and the Queen of Heaven. Why Christianity's Christ cannot be exalted in the earth. Peace to the remnant. Today I want to show you something that Christianity cannot explain, because it exposes the difference between the biblical Messiah and the sky-based Christ they created. And it begins with Jeremiah. In Jeremiah 7:18 and Jeremiah 44, verses 17 through 19, the prophet rebukes Israel for worshiping the Queen of Heaven. This Queen of Heaven was a celestial deity, a sky goddess, a star figure, part of what Scripture calls the host of heaven. Israel baked cakes, poured out drink offerings, and honored her as if she were divine. And God condemned it. The host of heaven includes the sun, the moon, the stars, the constellations, and the celestial beings tied to them. These are sky-based deities, and Jeremiah warns Israel not to worship them. Now watch this. Paul warns in 2 Corinthians 11:4 that people will come preaching another Jesus, not the Messiah of Scripture, but a different figure, a different identity, a different image, a different Christ. And Christianity fulfilled that warning. They built a Christ who looks more like the host of heaven than the Messiah of Scripture. Their Jesus is a sky figure, a celestial being, a distant presence, a returning star deity, a figure suspended in the ethers, a being who is not in the earth, not in the people, not in the covenant, not in the land, but in the sky. And Daniel 7:25 tells you how it happened. The system would change the times and laws. When you change the calendar, you change the Christ. When you change the time, you change the theology. When you change the law, you change the identity of the Messiah. Christianity adopted sky-based calendars, solar calendars, solstice, festivals, equinox-based holidays, and their Christ became a sky-based deity. Their Jesus is shaped by the heavens, not the covenant. He is tied to the sun, not the land. He is connected to the sky, not the people. And this is why Christianity's Christ cannot fulfill Psalm 46, verse 10, where the Most High says, I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Not in the sky, not in the clouds, not in the atmosphere, in the earth. But the Jesus Christ of Christianity is not exalted in the earth because Christianity removed him from the earth. They placed him in the sky. They turned him into a celestial figure. They made him part of the heavenly host, the very category Jeremiah condemned. Daniel said they would change the times and the laws, and they did. Paul said they would preach another Jesus, and they did. Jeremiah said the people would worship the host of heaven, and they did. But the biblical Messiah is not sky-based. He is earth-based. He is covenant-based. He is people-based. He is land-based. He is present-based. He is exalted in the earth because he is present in the earth, in the people who carry his mind, his breath, his covenant, and his nature. Genesis says man was formed from the earth. Paul said Christ is in you. Jeremiah says the covenant is written in your inward parts. John says the word became flesh. Paul said we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. That is earth-based exaltation. That is covenant manifestation. That is presence in the earth, not absence in the sky. Christianity's sky-based Christ cannot fulfill Psalm 46:10 because he is not in the earth. He is in the sky. He is in the ethers. He is waiting. He is distant. He is celestial. He is shaped by solar calendars and pagan festivals. The same sky-based patterns that produce the Queen of Heaven and the host of heaven. But the Messiah of Scripture is exalted in the earth because he is present in his people, the people made from the earth. The remnant carries his mind. The remnant carries his breath. The remnant carries his covenant. The remnant carries his presence. So when Psalm 46:10 says, I will be exalted in the earth, it is not talking about a sky event. It is talking about a people event, a covenant event, a manifestation event, a remnant event. This is the difference between the Queen of Heaven and the God of heaven. This is the difference between the host of heaven and the covenant people. This is the difference between the Jesus of Christianity and the Messiah of Scripture. This is the difference between changed times and restored covenant. This is the difference between another Jesus and the true Messiah. This is the difference between absence and presence. This is the difference between the crowd and the remnant. Peace to the remnant.